Hello, I'm going to read to you a poem that I wrote for the poetry prompt in my workshop on Facebook. Poetry prompt is called The Experience, and you choose a noun and you write an experience with that noun as your muse or inspiration. Um, so my workshop can be found at www.facebook.com/groups/ Planting Poems Workshop. So I'm going to use my poem as a lesson for writing the narrative and writing it tight. And I'm going to discuss with you how I went about writing the poem. So the noun that I chose was a swing that I remember swinging on when I was younger. So I'm going to read the poem and then I'm going to give a brief discussion on how I went about building this poem in hopes that this will help you to create your narrative poems with ease and less frustration. Oh, my love, weren't you my swing? And didn't I love you from one end of you to the other and exactly how you were created? So wild and wanting all the attention all the time. And weren't we together constantly, moving in sync all the time? And can you remember how I tried to control you, hushed the cry of your rusty chain links and bent you forward down in half to see how far you will leave me without breaking? Oh, swing, I want to wake up inside you again and put my dreams in you again. I want to fly again with you into tomorrow. I want to find you in the early morning, cold and tangled around yourself. I want to climb inside your soul and wipe away the puddle of cold rain in your heart. So there's my poem. So let me break it down. When I started this poem, I did not have a lot of my voice. I only had the meat. So, and when I started, I began as if I'm beginning a relationship with something. So I started with the beginning of the relationship that I had with the swing. So you notice by what I say, and didn't I love you from one end of you to the other and exactly how you were created? So, and I talk about how this swing was wild and wanting in the beginning when we got together. And I say, and weren't we together constantly, moving in sync all the time? So notice that I repeat it all the time, twice in the first stanza, which I'm showing how in the beginning of a relationship, you and whatever it is you're having a relationship with tend to spend a lot of time together, tend to be together all the time. So then we go to the middle of the relationship that I'm having with this swing, and I say, can you remember how I tried to control you? So I got very attached to this swing. My love started to become a force. So then I say, hush the cry of your rusty chain links. And there I was actually visualizing all the other things that the swing might be connected to. How they were beginning to cry because I was putting a strain on the connection that it had with the swing. So then the next line I say, and bent you forward down in half to see how far you will leave without breaking. So I'm thinking of how we will get sometime to a point in a relationship with someone or something, and we'll start to bend it in ways that it just can't go. And it's sort of at times to test to see if it will leave us, and if it does go to leave us, will it break as it goes? So that's where the middle of my poem starts to get deep into the middle and the peak of the relationship that I'm having with the swing. So this swing has actually become my partner. So the last stanza, I get into how I'm feeling after we have parted. I do not tell you how we parted because sometimes there is no reason for parting with those you love. Sometimes it's so hidden and it just happens. The forces of nature drift you apart. Um, and you just have no closure at times. You just, just drift apart. So, I don't tell you that part, but I tell you how I feel about this distance between me and this swing now. Oh, swing, I want to wake up inside you again and put my dreams in you again. So I'm giving this connection that I want to have again with the swing as I want to make love to the swing again. I miss making love to the swing again. And I use the image of me sitting inside the swing and how it's around me, around my hips. So I chose an image that hints at making love. Not says it right out, but hints at it. So then I say, I want to fly with you. I want to fly again with you into tomorrow. So I'm saying, when we're making love and we get to that point we're about to have an orgasm, we feel like we're just ascending, through time. We're time traveling into tomorrow. I'm sure there's been a time where you've made love and the feeling was so good where it felt like your spirit was leaving your body, that both of you were leaving together and traveling into the next day. Basically losing track of time. So that is the feeling I'm conveying right there. Then I say, I want to find you in the early morning. And it could be, I want to find you, early in your sorrow, like I did before. Not when you're so deep in it that I can't reach you. I want to find you in the early morning, cold and tangled around yourself. Maybe you've gone so wild without me that you've literally have confused yourself. You literally have made your own self out of control, that now you're just tangled around yourself. So that's what that next line is talking about. Then at the end I say, I want to climb inside your soul. So I want to be a part of you. I want to be a part of your rhythm and your rhyme again. I want to get in there. And that soul of you, I want to use the passageway through your soul to wipe away the puddle of cold rain in your heart. So when someone touches your soul, okay, and they get inside your soul, they're able to help you and touch you emotionally. This is why someone might say, my soul wants them. My soul, they hurt my soul when they left me. Because your soul had become dependent on them and their guidance. Because it got used to it. So there's my poem, breaking it down. Notice I had the beginning of my relationship with this swing, the middle, and the end. Notice I repeated certain words. I repeated all the time twice in the first stanza. I repeated I want to several times. I repeated the word swing, the word oh. I repeated the word again in this last stanza. So narrative poetry tend to have repeated words. It doesn't always have dialogue, but it will have sometimes repeated words. It could be the noun being repeated. So I hope this helps with your short narrative. Keep it tight. Keep it under 30 lines. Publishers don't want long, drawn poems. They have too many poems to read, hundreds to read. So you're going to do a lot of trimming. But if you do as I did, just start at the beginning and let the beginning of your connection with the noun brood sink into the memory of you with the noun that you chose. And start off the first approach of that now, and then build the story of the now. So I hope this helps. Join my workshop again at www.facebook.com/groups/planting poems workshop. Thanks for listening. Hope to see you there.